you also were a few days ago in Ghent in the offices of Frederik Schroyens, and you have seen the project we're working on with the new Radar version, Radar Opus. And one of the things that I think Frederik showed you was that we started with the project that everything in the repertory will be brought back to the original materia medica. So everything in the repertory will be linked back to its sources. You know, we are the tool maker, and we supply the tool for all ways of homeopathy. But for a person like you, what is your feeling about this project and the way you work? Do you find this important, or?
I think it's very essential. I mean, not just for a teacher like me, but for the student and practitioner, that you can say, let me check, where is this coming from? Not only let me check it, let me also check if the translation is correctly done, because sometimes it's not the fault of Radar or something, but the person, the homeopath, can probably have a different explanation for this particular rubric. Right? So they say, but let's put it in the content of the materia medica. You must understand, the rubrics from the repertorium are derived from the materia medica. I mean, I'm more with my nose in the materia medica than anything else. So then I say, but this is what it really means, you know, because it's in this context that this was done. And as you know, there's always like sometimes a disease name behind it, like with herring also. So you can, this is very important, I think, that you can put it in the right context, that you don't think, or that you don't make your own intellectualization and explanation from it, right? That might be wrong, really. So it will be very helpful for that, and there's no doubt about it. For me as a teacher, it's a dream in a way too, because I can just look at it, where is it, where can I look it up, you know, and at the click of the mouse, no? Rather than getting all the books with me along. So that would be wonderful to be able to test it, because again, too, you know, our provings, the materia medicas, are the treasure of homeopathy, and we cannot forget about that. So that is a must for sure.
And you have seen that now we have views, repertory views, which people like it, but for us, on a more or less crude way, you can select. But you have seen that we have created more specific ways to select your information on. So we have tagged all information, and the tags is kind of label, and on the label we attach a quality. So first of all, everything that goes in the repertory will get a quality label to it.
Right.
Even the rubrics, what type of rubrics is it? So is it a sensation, location, modality? So now if you want to search for remedy, for example, through the repertory, you can say, I want to see only the time modalities of this remedy. And so have you seen all these things?
I think so. That's a big when you talk about sensation modalities, you know, it's a von Beuninghausen approach, of course. So I think which is one of the greatest homeopaths ever in history, one of my favorites too. So I would say bringing that in is very good, because his observations, I always say one thing, von Beuninghausen never disappointed me when I use von Beuninghausen method. Really, it's true. And I often do it, even when I already find the remedy, and say, let's see, and here von Beuninghausen had only 145 remedies at his disposition, okay? And he never disappointed me, because I can do a von Beuninghausen method, even when I already know the remedy, and see what does he think. And I've really, like I said, never disappointed me. So I think it's a very important step to bring that into, that people would understand this, and it's going to be very good, no doubt about it. In fact, I saw another feature that was very good, is that when we talked about the translation of the language of the patient to the materia medica, I think the feature is going to be also is in there that the student is going to have a little bit of a help there, that he can indeed learn this language, you know, by again tagging, like we say, to certain things. Even what I have put in from my module in there, what is the patient expressing during the consultation, and what really does it mean, what theme does it reflect. So you will actually to do that. So that step is already kind of made it too, and I think that's also an extremely important step, because that is probably the greatest difficulty I see in the rest of the world. Yeah.
I think you maybe also partly refer to the WordNet project.
Yes.
So a person types in a word, and he sees in a spider visually around it which other words are related to it, synonyms, etc.
That is indeed correct.
And, also your concepts where you have patient's expressions.
Yes.
Now we have it like so, when you search, you can search in one go through the repertory, through the concepts, or through your text. You can include even in one go the materia medica, or even your own keynotes, or even now a proving website.
Yeah.
And the proving websites, we have identified exactly which type of proving it is, if it's how it's done, how many provers, if it's a double-blind proving, or it is a meditation proving. So we're fully open, we let it open for the practitioner, which type of practice he has, what he wants to use. I know already what you will select, but...
No, I think it's important too for the future of homeopathy, I think, because as you know, my colleagues, my medical colleagues always ask for based and evidence-based, proofs, so provings and so on and so on. So here too, that we can make a distinction between what you just said. Is it a dreaming proving? Is it really proving? Is it coming from the clinic? Right? If I go to a poor country and I'm doing, like I see there 500 cases of malaria, and it's an interesting study right away. What remedies did I need to most? How often? And so on and so on. So I think that by itself, making a distinction with what you just said, is extremely important. That you know what you're talking about it when you talk to other colleagues or anything like this. That they cannot just brush this away, but you can say this is where it's coming from.